I'm Jodi Howson, and I used to live in this bus with my family.
How many people live in this bus?
3 kids and 2 adults, some birds, a couple of birds, a lizard, and briefly a snake.
So you had the whole family in here.
Yeah.
How long did you guys live in this bus?
We lived in here for 5 years. Well, we bought the bus from a church because we thought it would be really fun to convert it into like a little motor home for our family to go camping in.
Right, a little recreational
Yes.
vehicle,
Yeah, so we had it in the driveway and we were like ripping all the seats out and having a lot of fun going to like junkyards looking for like the stove and all kinds of like fun things to put in here. And then we had some things happen and decided that we would pay off some debt and live in our bus and help out our grandma that lived on this property that needed some help. So we got rid of all our stuff and finished it really fast and moved in. God has plans. We make them and he laughs and things happen.
So where did everybody sleep in here?
So my ex-husband and I had a futon and we slept on that every single night. So that became a little bit of a chore, like opening and closing that every night
because that takes up a lot of space in here.
It took up a lot of space and it was also the couch.
Right.
So we had to put things away, but it was okay. And my 2 daughters had bunk beds in the back that were custom made just for them. And my son, who was a baby, had a little playpen that was basically in the kitchen, which was difficult
so that
because
was right here behind us, right?
Yeah, so he could see us when he went to sleep. So we kind of spent a lot of time trying to kind of make something where he couldn't really see us because he would cry looking right at us.
See it.
Yeah.
Right, yeah,
Like, why aren't you picking me up?
Right.
Like, I remember this one story. My daughter, she came home from school. Well, I got a phone call from her teacher and she goes, "Hey, can you come by and talk to me?" And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what happened?
What happened?
What happened? So I go in and she goes, so I had everybody draw a picture of their house with their families. And I'm like, okay. And I said, what happened? And she shows me the picture. She goes, here's a picture of a giant blue bus across the whole page. And like kind of stick figure people and a family and some animals. And she goes, here's your daughter's picture. I go, that's pretty much, that's
like,
our family and our bus, our home.
So what did happen though? I mean, you guys had a visit.
We did it was God, because I had heard about Habitat, but not a lot. And we got a application for a Habitat home in the mail. We still to this day don't know who or how.
Yeah.
Nope, we don't. Nobody ever fessed up. We asked everybody we knew if they sent our name in or sent us an application. Nobody said yes. Everybody said they had no idea about anything. And at the time we had our own business. My husband was a mechanic, so we had Brian's Auto and Truck Repair. And we got this application, so we talked about it and we said, well, this sounds kind of cool, let's do it.
Well, cool. Let's see where you live now.
Okay, let's do it. So this is my home, and I've been here, gosh, like 16 years, I think, now.
16 years.
Yeah.
And then how did you get into this house?
So it's a process. Once you find out from Habitat that you are approved for partnering with them to get a house. They start the building process, and then you need to put in your hours to work on your home, and we did that. And then it took ours is a neighborhood of 8 houses, so it takes a little bit longer then, and usually you're working on your neighbor's house while it's being built because you're approved. And I really liked that because then you get to know all your neighbors, and we kind of all got to know each other before we
sweat equity in
before we moved in. So it was really fun getting to know everybody, and you're putting your sweat equity hours in.
Do you remember when they told you that you were accepted into the Habitat program?
Yes, I do. I think the first person that I called was my mom, and I was crying. I was so excited. I think that in the back of my head, I thought it could happen, but I really didn't think it would.
And like you were saying, it's not free. So you're obviously you're putting in all these hours to actually build your own home, and you're not just like standing there just like, oh, I might paint. Like, you're doing everything. You're working on foundation stuff. You're working on framing. Working on siding, roofing. Everything. I mean, you were really in all of it.
Yep, all of it. And you're not just left there by yourself. There's a person that's in charge that works for Habitat that is in charge of the building site, and it's been a different person because I've been with Habitat a long time. So it's been a different person, and that person is in charge. And so they are the overseer, and they say, oh, here's what needs to be done now. And it's done with volunteers mostly. So I would show up to work at the site, and it would be people I didn't even know.
And they're working on your home with you.
They're working on my house. I don't even know these people. Sometimes it's people from a different state. Sometimes it's a group of college kids. Sometimes it would be a doctor in the community. And I just would be so floored by that. Like, why are you doing this? Like, it was so amazing to me. It was just really, it's such an amazing program. I wish we could just build one every day.
The mortgage payment, so it is cool how Habitat funds it for you, and then you pay it off through Habitat, and they don't charge you interest or anything. It's a really neat program. But you just recently did what with your home?
I paid off my house this year.
So you own this home
I own this home. That's gonna make me cry. I don't think anybody in my family has ever done that.
Yeah.
Pretty exciting.
It'll, especially coming from that bus and now owning a home outright.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool program.
Yep. Pretty amazing. If you would have told me in 1996 that 2017 I would be a full-time student and own a home, I would not have believed you, and I probably would have laughed at you.
Right.
I would have said, what? No. Like, I just really wanted to be a wife and a mom, and I was really happy about that. That made me really happy. So I would have never thought.
You're kind of more of a symbol now of what's possible with Habitat for
Yeah.
definitely.